Hello friends, today with another topic, myself Professor Dr. Aksh Dubey, Professor in the Department of Anatomy, Himalayan Institute of Medical Sciences, Swami Rama Himalayan University, Dehradun. And in the series of the human histology, I am going to today present the structure of vessels from the point of view of a histologist. Let's see it. So here I have chosen two structures, and this slide is actually the original slide which we have taken out of the tissue, depicting both the arteries and the vein. And here is the schematic diagram depicting this one. Rather than jumping on this one because it's difficult, let's start with the concept of the vein and artery from the point of view of histology, and then we will go to the original one so that we can understand it more clearly. In the vessel from histology, a term is used as tunica, right? The tunica means layer, as you have a tunica of or the peeling, right? The tunica is named as externa, tunica intermedia, and tunica intima. So these are the three layers which are present into the almost all the vessels. Tunica externa is outside structure, tunica media is the middle one structure, the more important core one, and tunica intima is inside. If you have seen my earlier videos, you must have been knowing about the epithelium and the connective tissue. Yes, the intima is covered with the epithelium, and here the name of the epithelium, we call it endothelium, right? Because they are lining the structure from inside, epithelium lining the structure from outside or laminating the structure from outside, but here we are laminating the structure from inside, so name gets slightly changed to the endothelium, which is actually justified as well. The structure is same, the squamous epithelium, plain squamous epithelium with a basement membrane inside, and on that with the squamous epithelium is present. The middle one is tunica media, where we see a lot of connective tissue is present, and what else is present or how this connective tissue is modified defines various sort of structures. For example, if you see the vein nearby, we see that the tunica media is very thin, right? But in the artery, the tunica media is very thick. So this is the histological difference. Always remember, just measure the thickness of the structure, and then you can differentiate between an artery and a vein, right? In histological slides. Now in the artery, if you see, various sort of elastic fibers are present. They are way more common. Then the artery is closer to the heart, and that is named as elastic artery. Why it is so? Because close to the heart, the structure is needed and the more recoiling in the structure is required. That's why we have the histology. Remember, always remember the thumb rule. The histology is according to the function, not the function is according to the histology. So here we require more pressure generating structures are present to bear the more pressure of the blood. So we need the more recoilation as well, and to complete that recoilation, we need the elastic fibers more in number. So if we see this whole connective tissue plus elastic fibers are more numerous, then the structure is named as elastic artery. But if you see elastic fibers are there, and more than that, a hazy structure is present, just like smooth muscles is present, then the structure is named as muscular artery. So in artery in histology are two shaped, elastic artery and muscular artery. Elastic artery is the artery closer to the heart. For example, aorta. If you make a slide of arch of aorta, you see beautiful elastic fibers are filling the whole tunica media. And if you go away, just like the radial artery or the ulnar artery, then you see there are more muscular structures are present, elastic fiber are less in number. Then there is another structure is there. This tunica media is on both sides is supported with a layer of elastic fibers or the sheet of elastic fiber, and these are named as elastic lamina, inner elastic lamina or outer elastic lamina. I explain it in another simplified version. Tunica media is limited outside and inside with are meshy fibers, and these meshy fibers are made up of elastic structure. Since these are the sheets are present, so we name it internal elastic lamina and outer elastic lamina. So these are the two elastic lamina. In between these two, this whole connective tissue is filled up, and then inside you see these wavy fibers, just like elastic fibers, and the muscles. This composition of elastic and smooth muscle fiber changes. If they are close to the heart, elastic fibers are more, smooth muscle fibers are less. If they are away from that, then you see elastic fiber are less, muscles are more in there, and that give you the unique functionality of the both sort of artery. Since the elastic arteries are filled up of, whole area is filled up of elastic fiber, that's why these lamina are hidden or not so visible. But into the muscular artery, these laminas are clearly visible. So by this understanding, you can also go further. Here in this diagram on the left side, I have not taken the high resolution diagram of elastic artery and the muscular artery, but here I have taken the vein. Now in this side where my cursor is present, you see the vein, lumen is very short, and on the side artery, the thick wall is present, and here the artery is thicker wall. Now you can see in artery there is a adventitia is present outside. Here the vein adventitia is very less present. Tunica media is very thick in artery, and here we see tunica media, which is pinkly stained here, is thin. Then inside we see the single layered endothelium is present, and if you take these slides, this endotheliums, and if you are not chopping it right or you are not taking the section very properly, usually you see the broken internal elastic lemma or internal tunica intima, right? So here we see at certain places intima is present and then is broken and present, but if you make it very good slide with a very good sectioning, then only you see a complete layer of tunica intima. So this is the difference between the artery and the vein in histology. Now if you focus on this tunica media here we see that many pink colored wavy structures are present. It seems that this structure belongs to the elastic artery. If we see this sort of pink color, homogeneous pink color more than this dots, then it is named more as muscular artery, and then only we can see the internal elastic lamina. So from the histological point of view, not going into the too details of this is the basic structure for the beginners in histology, the difference between artery and vein thickness, and then the further into the various sort of arteries. Though the vein could also be classified later on a higher scale, like portal vein with a slight modification at various places, but that cannot be covered in this small short videos. And maybe in next video or another video another time we can discuss that detailing as well. So we have discussed the vessels now. I hope you got the idea how the vessels look like. See you in next video with some another histology of human anatomy. Thank you.